Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with Channel Disturbance. Now this is a grand battle. It's taking place on, well, Klondike map. And, oh, just get that right. Okay. And what you've got in front of you is a T92 HMC, the tier 10 American SPG with the biggest gun in the game, 24 centimeters wide, 1300 alpha damage, and a massive reload time, 46.99 seconds. Right, well, it's a grand battle, as you know. It's going to be quite a big... It's 30 versus 30. Let's see how he gets on. The only problem for Scrappy is he doesn't have enough shells for this game. Although the game's only 15 minutes long, and he's only got 16 shells, which in theory means that he can keep firing the entire battle long and probably hit most of the enemy. The trouble is there's just too many targets and too little time. So, yeah, he's probably going to collect quite a few hit points during this game. And he's taking it up into the heights. We can see, yep, his teammates are all distributing around. We started up in the village, which is in the northeast corner, and he's now aiming towards the factory area, I think, or is it? Well, he's aiming towards the middle of the map actually at the moment. There's the bridge. Fires a round in at the object 140. It lands behind him and splashes him for 159. But since you've got a very long reload time, the one thing you can do in this game is relocate. Now, just off in the distance there, you can see another T92 HMC. And it's got the identical skin because this is a skin provided by Sir Rusty. And we are very grateful for his skins. They carry our logo on them, which you can see there just at the bottom. And they just make them special. Now, they only made 5 of this particular SPG. They actually did make another 2 SPGs which had the 8-inch howitzer. They called those the T93. Okay, lining up a shot on that bunch of enemy heavies. Rounds out. This should be good. Hits the 60 TP, which is a pretty tough Soviet tank. Soviet tank? It's a Polish tank, Nigel. Oh, I'm almost as crap as Jingles. Well, Jingles isn't crap, but yeah, he's a bit repetitive, you might say. Well, we found a new firing position. And looking towards the enemy again. Jaegeru. And he's by the waterside. Lining up a shot, working out where he's headed. He's pulling back. Oh, and then he pulls forward again. Now, it'd be nice if we could get a shot into that Panzerkampfwagen 7 and the 60 TP at the same time. But they're only popping up once at a time. Oh my god, he did hit both there. He did 343 to the one Panzerkampfwagen 7 and 100 to the other one. And he's moving into the woods. But there's another Arty here, and my only advice to Arty players is don't tend to congregate together because it's easier to see 2 traces than it is 1. And in fact, Scrappy's actually doing the opposite. He's actually moving down the downslope, so he's a little further away. Firing on a downslope does shorten your range, but remember this is the T92 HMC, so it's got a good gun elevation, can fire over a very long range. Now he's holding fire until he's got a clear target to shoot at. And that Panzerkampfwagen 7 is staying below that house line, so he knows that if he stays there, he's protected. There's a whole bunch of tanks over in the factory area. Jaegeru, we can easily hit him. And he's rocking backwards and forwards at the moment, trying to put shells off, but he won't be able to stop this one hitting him. 480 hit points. So we probably didn't penetrate his armor, but we certainly hurt him. HE is very good at destroying modules and just generally shaking the armor to pieces. If you've ever seen a tank that's been hit by an HE shells, it's pockmarked with indentations from the HE exploding on the shell of the tank. And bits tend to fly off the inside of the tank as well after they get hit by an HE round. Of course, it's the shockwave that kills. Going for the 705, rounds out. It was a long flight for the shell. 244 from splash. Now, of course, a lot of people count tank destroyers as self-propelled guns. And it is true that more enemy tanks were killed during World War II by self-propelled guns than were killed by enemy tanks. Of course, that's because you're including tank destroyers with artillery. But most of the time, artillery killed enemy tanks because the shells would explode and the shockwave would kill the troops inside them, or the crewmen. And we're firing E50M. Direct hit! 531 hit points. Even though he's hiding behind the building, it didn't protect him from an Arty round. You must remember that if you're in a heavy tank, if you stay behind a building, you can still be hit by an Arty. So you have to be more inventive. You have to think about your position, where the enemy Arty might be, and pick your cover accordingly. You see that Panzerkampfwagen 7 stayed behind the buildings, so we knew he was in cover there. But it's not being in cover, being between two buildings. But it is if you stay behind the buildings, as that Object 705 is. The IS-3 went down. Can we get that Posh 155? No, we can't see him. The E50M, well, he's still trying to hide just behind that building. Fire at the mouse. Long time for the shell to arrive. It splashes in for 65. Switching back to the south side of the map again. Oh, we got some massive stun off the mouse. 1,300 hit points. Somebody hit the mouse for a lot of hit points. I would suggest that that was probably either a Jaegeru or one of our mouses. Okay, we're loaded. Fire the Cranvarn. Direct hit on his engine bay. 634. Still no kills for Scrappey, but he's getting some damage. And we're getting stun assist as well, because the Cranvarn's taking rounds from our teammates. We're loaded. Rounds out on the Panzerkampfwagen 7, and it was a direct hit. Yes, he's showing massive stun as well. And we're picking up stun assist. Well, we're 8 tanks ahead of the enemy at the moment, so this is looking very good for us. I don't think this battle's going to last very much longer. There's still a few enemies out there, and some of them are low on hit points. That E100 there, well, it's actually a Jaegeru, not an E100. We're almost loaded. Can we get the kill shot on him? Line him up. That's it. That should be where he is. And yes, we got the kill shot. First kill for Scrappey. Only 6 enemy tanks remain. A Foch 155 on the northwest corner. Oh, and yeah, we just lost a Progetto 65 and a mouse. There's a Foch 155. Can we get a shot onto him? Our fellow Arties are firing into that position. I think he's probably behind the building by now. Okay, we're loaded. We've got a Progetto 65 and a Death Star up in that area. But down in the south, there's a whole bunch of enemies. We've got a, is that a Batchat 155-58? So that's an Arty. Trying to get a solution on him. And just in the bushes there was a Gorilla 15, I think. In the trees, rather. And, oh, one round got him! Direct hit on the Gorilla 15, took him out of the game. Their batch at 155.58's gone down. There's only 2 enemies remaining. A batch at 155.58 in the south and that Foch 155 in the north. I think Super Conqueror's found the enemy batch hat. There he is. He's running and the 268 got him. And that just leaves the Foch 155 in the north and Scrappy's... Well, he's looking in the wrong place at the moment. He's not over here. You've still got 5 shots, Scrappy. They've lost sight of that Foch. I don't think he could have gone this far already. Well, they're capping anyway. In fact, there's 3 in the cap. Would be nice to get that last kill. It's more XP, more credits if you do get all of the kills. I rather think that what Scrappy's doing is he's thinking ahead. Actually, he's thinking if I was in that Foch 155, where would I go? And I think he thinks, yes, he's running towards the village, and the Foch just killed our T92 nearby. And, oh, well, we've capped out to win, so it does suggest that he was right. The Foch was in the village, headed towards our Arty. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's an ace tank of a Scrappy in the T92 HMC. He got a Bruiser medal for getting 5 critical hits. In fact, actually got 13. He got a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, he got a Confederate medal. And he certainly earned that one because he hit an awful lot of enemy tanks without actually getting kills. In fact, actually, if we look at the team scores, we can see that although he didn't get the top, that actually went to the AMX 5155, the Foch. He got 5156 and survived the battle with 2 kills. The Progetto managed to get 4638, and then came Scrappy with 4071. When it came to kills, he managed to get 2, but there were a few teammates who managed to get 3 ahead of him. And when it came to base XP, well, he was second on the table, 1012 base experience points. The 268 got 1013, just 1 base experience point more than him. Wow. Okay. Maybe that's because of spotting damage. Yes, it could very well be. So let's have a look at detail report. Well, he fired 11 rounds in that game, so he had 5 spare at the end of the game. Did 6 direct hits, but no penetration at all. 15 splash, damage of 4,071 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He damaged 12 of the enemy, but killed 2 of them, and did damage assistance of 516 hit points and stun assistance of 4,315 hit points off 12 stuns. On a standard account, he earned 61,047 credits, and after ammunition resupply, and this ammo is expensive, he took away 33,547 credits. So it shows that grand battles do generate a lot of money. He received 1,012 XP, 506 XP because he had personal reserves running, and because he got a personal mission completed, 1,500 from that, bringing up a total 3,018 to take away. So, pretty good battle there by Scrappy on the Grand Battle map. If you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe for our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.